closer till our eyes meet. You won't never be alone. Saturday nights, I know better. Be your best friend, cause I'm your Iron Man, and I love you 3000。
开始学会做淡定，才发现你不吃早餐。
He's got you mesmerized while I eat. 我一个理由忘记那么爱我的你，给我
To have just one more chance to look into your eyes and see you looking back。
幸福只想你明白，我心甘情愿爱到有突然。
We'll shed no tears, but only keep on waiting. If
You left me, there's nothing to forgive. But I always thought you'd come back, tell me.
there's nothing alone, heart with a glass, my mind of stone.
Who is that girl I see staring straight back at me?
There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together and we see it through. Oh, you've got a friend in me.
Right across the sky, through the echoes, through the night, I won't be silent.
In the jungle, the quiet jungle, the lion sleeps tonight.
Hammerhead wolf cries to the blue-colored moon, chorus the green, black and white green. Soaring, tumbling, freewheeling through an endless diamond sky.
Flashback to when he said forever and always. Zombies in the park, they're looking for my heart. Oh.
往为我转弯在这里等着。以你为舟，快乐你快乐。Doesn't roses, and that's the only way to prove you love them.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Center Stage 2021. I am Jasper,
And I am Xingyan.
and we are your MCs for today.
A big thank you to everyone joining us tonight, even if it's from behind the screen. Because of the COVID-19 situation, we are unable to host a fully live finale event. But no matter where you are, we hope that tonight's program will make you experience the same fun and excitement as if you're right here with us.
Wait. What is Center Stage even? Why I never heard before one?
How could you not know? Center Stage is a Diamond High School tradition and is our school's annual singing competition to showcase and celebrate the vocal talents of Diamanians. We were unable to host the event last year due to the pandemic, but our senior high choir has come back in full force to work around the numerous safety measures and restrictions to organize this year's Center Stage.
Oh, no wonder last year don't have. This year, the theme is The Masked Singer. This theme is inspired by the popular Masked Singer competition, which has become an international phenomenon, with the competition format being localized and aired in many countries like China, the United States, Australia, and more. It is also suitably apt in view of these masks that we're wearing right now, which have become a daily part of our lives.
The central theme of this year's center stage is also anonymity, and the identities of all contestants have been kept anonymous, and they have been represented by their chosen characters throughout the competition.
Over the past few months, contestants have been working very hard and preparing for center stage. They have gone through 2 rounds of competition so far, the first one being the audition round, and the second being the semi-finals, where those who made it to this round had snippets of their singing posted on the DHS Center Stage Instagram account. I'm sure many of you would have already watched these videos and have certain characters in mind that you would want to vote for as well.
The center stage committee has had a very hard time choosing between who would make it to the finals. But after long discussion and painstaking consideration, 8 finalists have risen above the rest and are here today to duke it out and vie for the spot for center stage champion.
I can't wait to see our contestants' character and personality shine through their chosen songs. More importantly, aren't you curious to who these amazing voices belong to?
Right! Without further ado, let the show begin.
Wait! Are we forgetting something?
Oh right! Our judges! What's center stage without judges?
Joining us tonight, we have Mr. Royston Han, resident judge of Center Stage, who has judged 8 editions of Center Stage so far. And he is also one of the loving caretakers of the Instagram famous cat, Nappy Han. We also have Madam Iliana, our HOD of CCA, and the champion of the performing arts, and one of the teachers who helped start Center Stage back in 2009. We also have Miss Cecilia Vaz, one of the most recognizable icons of Dunman High, who is adored by many, and one of the teachers in charge for choir. And last but not least, we have Victoria Bell Tan, our beloved school president, who is also a bathroom singer and part-time Disney princess.
A big thank you to all our judges who have set time aside to join us. Tonight, to decide the final winner of center stage, each contestant will be given a final score, and this score will comprise of the judges' vote and most importantly, the audience vote. Yes, you, the one sitting behind the screen right now, will be able to play a part in deciding who the winner of center stage should be.
That's right! You can vote for your favorite contestant by scanning this QR code over here or through the link in our description box below. Now, without further ado, let the competition begin! First up, we have Umigame.
Tonight, he will be bringing us The City by Sam Fisher. This city is about how Los Angeles, supposedly life-changing, made Fisher disappointed and heartbroken, but he can't leave. In Umigame's life, people whom he thought would be special became the opposite, and this city resonates with him through his struggles and attempts to leave behind emotional attachments and leave.
Presenting to you our first finalist of the night, Umigame.
I've been seeing lonely people in crowded rooms, covering their old heartbreaks with new tattoos. It's all about smoke screens and cigarettes, looking through low lights at silhouettes, but all I see is lonely people in crowded rooms. This city's gonna break my heart. The city's gonna love me, then leave me alone. The city's got me chasing stars. It's been a couple months since I felt like I'm home. Am I getting closer to knowing where I belong? The city's gonna break your heart. She's always gonna break my heart. Oh. I remember mornings when my head didn't hurt, and I remember nights when I didn't feel like work. She wakes up at noon and she's out till 3. She leaves her perfume all over me, but I remember mornings when my head didn't hurt. Oh, the city's gonna break my heart. The city's gonna love me, then leave me alone. The city's got me chasing stars. It's been a couple months since I felt like I'm home. Am I getting closer to knowing where I belong? The city's gonna break my heart. She's always gonna break your heart. She got a hold on me. She got me wrapped around her finger. She got a hold on me. She got me wrapped around her finger. The city's gonna break my heart. The city's gonna love me then leave me alone. The city's got me chasing stars. It's been a couple months since I felt like I'm home. Am I getting closer to knowing where I belong? The city's gonna break my heart. She's always gonna break your heart. No. Ooh, 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 ooh. The city's gonna break my heart. She's always gonna break your heart.
What a way to kickstart the competition. What a voice. It looks like we are up for an array of beautiful voices tonight. Let's take a look at what the judges have to say about Umi Game's performance.
Yeah, I was really impressed by the falsetto. He hit all the high notes correctly, and that is quite something. Emotions wise as well, I think he brought out the pensiveness. Yeah, the longing in his voice was there. Thank you.
But then, of course, he doesn't live in Los Angeles. I don't think the connection was like really quite there, but not bad. I think it's a commendable effort. The range, his vocal range is there. Articulation can be improved because I don't know the song.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's saying lah. So what is this message? Who is she and the what and the who and the where and the how? Yeah, so I guess that is an area for growth for him.
Yeah, some of the slurs were a little forced. The vocal runs, I think, with a lot of practice, it was quite smooth in most places.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was quite a brave choice for him to choose this song because there were a few moments where my heart was in my hand, where I thought he was not going to do it, but I thought he carried out the transition to the high notes quite well.
Yes.
So I agree with Ms. Vaz there.
It's good.
Yeah, I agree. There was like variation in melody,
Yeah.
and he was in tune, and yeah, honestly, I think it was quite clear. Like I could hear the words that he was pronouncing, but I think I had to disagree with Ms. Vaz a little. I think that he could have been a bit more expressive. Like there could have been the extra,
Yeah.
in his voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we cannot place that because we're not familiar.
Yeah.
But
Quite difficult without seeing his face.
Yeah, and so difficult to see like the showmanship because
Yeah.
you just generally swaying from left to right and then
Yeah.
But I think you can tell the practice that's been put in for the higher notes lah.
yes.
Yeah, the lower notes, some parts I think a little shaky, but okay.
But
Not
that's
bad.
within his comfort range. So I think
Yeah.
he did a lot of work on the falsetto as well
Yeah.
as the runs.
So Umi Game brought his A game.
Thank you, judges. Now, who is up next to challenge Umi Game?
Next up, we have Winnie the Pooh.
He will be taking on tonight's challenge with Who You Are by Jessie J. He chose this song because he believes that it can showcase his strengths vocally. He also resonates with the meaning behind this song.
I definitely can't wait. Let's give it up for Winnie the Pooh.
I stare in my reflection in the mirror. Why am I doing this to myself? Losing my mind on a tiny error. I nearly left the real me on the shelf. No, 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 no. Don't lose who you are in the blur of the stars. And seeing is deceiving, dreaming is believing. It's okay not to be okay. Sometimes it's hard to follow your heart. But tears on me you're losing, everybody's bruising. Just be true to who you are. Who you are, who you are, who you are. Who you are, who you are, who you are. Who you are. Brushing my hair till I look perfect. I forgot what to do to fit the mold, yeah. The more I try, the less it's worth, yeah. 'Cause everything inside me screams no. Don't lose who you are in the blur of the stars. But seeing is deceiving, dreaming is believing. It's okay not to be okay. Sometimes it's hard to follow your heart. But tears on me you're losing, everybody's bruising. There's nothing wrong with who you are. There's no egos, fake shows like whoa. Just go and leave me alone. Real talk, real life, good love, good night. With a smile, that's my home. Who you are, who you are, who you are. Who you are, who you are, who you are. Who you are, who you are, who you are. Who you are, who you are, who you are. Who you are, who you are. No, don't lose who you are in the blur of the stars. But seeing is deceiving, dreaming is believing. It's okay not to be okay. Sometimes it's hard to follow your heart. But tears on me you're losing, everybody's bruising. Just be true to who you are. Who you are.
Wow, that was something else.
Right? And it was only the second finalist. Judges, over to you.
Very brave choice because it's originally sung by a female. Therefore, him to attempt it is very brave. So it's let's go for it, whether we get there or not.
Made things easier for himself by picking something that is within the vocal range. That would have served him much better.
Of the song, the part of the chorus I thought was quite good. He carried it quite well. But unfortunately, the chorus, before the chorus, the verses part is a little bit low. So I think that was the part that he struggled with. So to me, the song choice was very crucial lah. And unfortunately for him, he may not have chosen the best song to showcase his talent. Yeah. But I must also agree with Madam Iliana that it was a brave choice because usually you want to sing a song that is of the same gender, so for him to sing.
No, and he chose a Jessie J song. I mean, she's a renowned
I don't know who Jessie
vocalist,
J.
songstress. You know, like her range is incredible. So
It's probably a very stylistic piece, and that doesn't fit everyone.
and I think if he wanted, I think he liked the message. Okay, so I mean that's fine. So but if he had done his own interpretation, strip it down, lower the register, the range, and then maybe he could have pulled it off, changed the melody line a little bit.
I feel it's passionate, but I agree that some parts of the song, maybe the technique was lacking. Like for example, during the pre-chorus, I think he was he wasn't following the beat, and also the high notes. Yeah, I agree. Some he couldn't reach, but definitely I could feel his expressiveness with his hand motions and all. But maybe this song isn't the best song for him.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh. Before that, we didn't know who you are. Now we know who you are. So well done.
Thank you, judges. Hey, Xingyan, do you know what time it is?
It's time for our third finalist of the night, Fish.
She will be performing Someone You Loved by Lewis Capaldi. She really likes Lewis's songs, and even though she might not be able to relate to them all the time, like this one, this is one of her favorite songs, and that's why she decided to give a shot at singing this song.
Take it away.
I'm going under, and this time I feel there's no one to save me. This all or nothing really got a way of driving me crazy. I need somebody to heal, somebody to know, somebody to have, somebody to hold. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you numbed all the pain, and now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you love. I'm going under, and this time I feel there's no one to turn to. This all or nothing way of loving got me sleeping without you. I need somebody to know, somebody to heal, somebody to have, just to know how it feels. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you help me escape, and now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you love.
Wow, that was such a powerful performance. I love Lewis's songs, and our contestant definitely killed it. Judges, any comments?
So this one, she also chose a song of a different gender, from a
Gender,
originally
yeah.
different gender, but it's flipped, you see. So she's able to navigate maybe the lower
The
ones.
low
maybe a
tones
bit-
were done quite well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then she could reach the higher notes as well.
But maybe the high notes were not within her range, and she used her judgment correctly. Yeah, don't go where you will find yourself in trouble.
Victoria, what do you think?
True, I was so excited for the high part. Okay, but I think that I honestly, when I was listening to her sing, I think I could feel her emotions through the song. Like she was the one with the music, and I really enjoyed the performance. Yeah, I think that she used her techniques well. I appreciated the variation in the melody when she went high. Yeah, which was quite fresh for me.
Yeah.
I think the emotions were expressed with conviction, so
Yeah.
that was very nice.
Yeah, and I think she tried to be a little bit different from the original as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, so at least it wasn't a like karaoke version of the song.
Yeah, very pleasant overall.
I didn't know who Louis Capaldi is, so I had to,
don't know. I
had
don't know
to
who
check.
that is.
I thought it was a girl until otherwise proven.
Louis Capaldi is the nephew of Peter Capaldi, who
Oh.
played Doctor Who.
That I know. I know
Yeah, you
Peter
should know
Capaldi.
Peter Capaldi.
Oh,
All
yeah.
are science fiction nerds. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the age. The age. Okay, never mind. Yes, yeah. I when I closed my eyes and listened to Fish sing, I thought I could even hear hints of Adele. You know that the
The
chorus
tone
part.
is it? The
Yeah,
tone.
yeah, and it was not used excessively. It was used in the right dose. So I think this for this young lady, she has a good awareness of who she is as a singer.
And her
Discernment
capability.
is
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah, so I can imagine her on stage next time in the future with her guitars, strumming along a cappella. Is a cappella? No.
acoustic.
Acoustic, yes. Yeah, I think there'll be something enjoyable. Yeah, so well done, Ish.
Thank you, judges. I love the part where she did her own version of the melody. I didn't know marine animals could sing so well.
Our next contestant is also an animal character. Next in line is Scooby-Doo, and she will be singing Fighter by Christina Aguilera. She chose this song because she believes that she is a fighter who does not give up easily. When looking back at the hardships she has gone through, She does not hate them, but rather is grateful to have gone through them as they allowed her to grow into a stronger person she is today.
Here's Scooby-Doo's performance.
Oh, hey, well, I thought I knew you, thinking that you were true. Guess I couldn't trust, but your blood time is up, cause I've had enough. You were there by my side, always down for the ride, but you door I just gave on the face, but your greed told me out of shame. After all the stealing and cheating, you probably think that I hurried them before you, but oh no way, you're wrong. Cause if it wasn't for all of your torture, I wouldn't know. Feelings in your heart would never let down. So I wanna say thank you, cause makes me that much stronger, makes me work a little bit harder, makes me that much smarter. Thanks for making me a fighter, made me run a little bit faster, made my skin a little bit thicker, makes me that much smarter. Thanks for making me a fighter. Oh, 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 hey, yeah, yeah, never saw it coming, although you're backstabbing, just so you could catch in on a good thing before I realized you gave my heart. You're going round playing the victim now, but don't even begin feeling I'm the one to blame, cause you drove your own grave. After all of the things you probably think that I hurried them before you, but oh no way, it's over. As if it wasn't for all of your torture, I wouldn't know. Feelings right now, never let down. So I wanna say thank you, cause makes me that much stronger, makes me work a little bit harder, makes me that much wiser. Thanks for making me a fighter, made me run a little bit faster, made my skin a little bit thicker, makes me that much smarter. Thanks for making me a fighter. How could this when I thought I knew to not be unjust so good? Could only see the good in you, pretending not to see the truth. You tried to hide yourself, disguise yourself by living in denial, but in the end you see you won't stop me. I am a fighter, I ain't gonna stop, no I ain't. There is no turning back, I've had enough. Oh yeah, thanks for making me a fighter. Ooh, hey, thanks for making me a fighter. I thought I won't forget, but I remember, ooh, 'cause I remember, ooh, I remember. Thought I won't forget, but I remember, ooh, I remember, ooh, I remember, yeah. Thanks for making me a fighter, made me run a little bit faster, made my skin a little bit thicker, makes me that much smarter. Thanks for making me a fighter, yeah. What?
All of these amazing performances are really leaving me so impressed. I never knew that there were so many Damanians that could sing.
Neither did I, and this just makes me even more excited for the rest that is to come. Before we continue with our performances, let's take a look at what the judges have to say about Scooby-Doo's performance.
She went for it lah.
Yes, she fought for it.
Yes. She did not halfway.
Yes,
Yeah.
she
Very brave attempt, huh?
Yeah,
Very
ambitious.
brave.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
difficult.
Because
That's right.
Aguilera, you want to try to match her, right?
Yeah.
It's like it's
But the confidence was there.
it's
Yes,
practically
yes.
impossible. Yeah. But
For
they're very brave of her to try to
confidence
do
and
it.
courage.
No, the thing is, she's also dancing also while she sings.
Yeah.
Not that's not what the others did.
So I would have to really commend her for, coordinating all of this.
Yeah. And she decided to go for the full song.
Yes.
Runs and
Yes.
Rhymes,
everything.
trills, high notes, everything.
And the woo as well.
Okay.
I think as a performance, overall, the performance part, the showmanship, I think was there compared to the other singers
Yes.
before,
Mm.
which were singing ballads.
Yeah.
So credits to her lah for trying. And so when we talk about singing, then maybe there were some aspects that I felt maybe could be worked on, like pronunciation, intonation.
Yeah, the words were really garbled, which is quite a pity,
Yeah.
We can give her the kudos for attempting and being so brave and adding movement as well. It's not easy.
But again, this is a question of song choice.
Again,
If-
yes.
If it's okay to do a fast song, it's okay to dance, but maybe you got to choose something that allows you to
A lighter piece perhaps.
Yeah.
The movement can be there, but she has to take something within her vocal range and
Yeah.
not something that keeps going to the high ground
and not so
so
wordy.
often. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the words got jumbled together. I mean, she's trying to get them out, and I can hear some of the words, but some of it, once she gets breathless, she loses control.
Especially towards the end, you can
Yeah.
tell running out of the.
She's trying to finish it as fast as she can, I think. So anxiety, I think, crept in after the middle parts. So that also, affected her a little.
But brave lah, very good at them. Yeah.
Victoria, you know who Christina Aguilera is?
Yes.
Good. Okay.
I think so. There was like the emotional commitment, but then maybe it was a bit too ambitious on her part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well done, Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
Thank you, judges. We've just made it halfway through the performances, and for our fifth contestant, we have a very unique choice of character. This character is an unorthodox choice, but is definitely no stranger to those of us who frequent the public transport here in Singapore. We have none other than Back Down Benny. He will be performing All I Ask by Adele. He chose this song as he always wanted to try singing this song, ever since he saw a performance by Bruno Mars online. Even though it's a song about leaving a loved one, which he can't relate to, fortunately, he gets the feels from it, which is what singing means to him, conveying emotions.
Let's welcome Back Down Benny.
So why don't we just play pretend like you're not scared of what is coming next? You're scared of having nothing left, but look, don't get me wrong, I know there is no tomorrow. All I ask is if this is my last night with you. Hold me like I'm more than just a friend. Give me a memory I can use. Take me by the hand and while we do what lovers do, no matter how this ends. 'Cause what if I never love again? I don't need your honesty. It's already in your eyes. I'm sure my eyes speak for me. No one knows me like you do. And since you're the only one that matters, then tell me, who do I want to love? Don't get me wrong, I know there is no tomorrow. All I ask is if this is my last night with you. Hold me like I'm more than just a friend. Give me a memory I can use. Take me by the hand and walk how this ends. 'Cause what if I never love again? Will this be a lesson in love? Will this be the way we remember us? I don't wanna make good all this years, and I ain't asking for forgiveness. All I ask is if this is my last time with you. Hold me like I'm more than just a friend. Give me a memory I can use. Take me by the hand while we do what lovers do. It matters how this ends. 'Cause what if I never love again?
It turns out that the SMRT mascots can actually sing very well. That performance definitely made me put my back down to listen to his singing. Judges, do you have any comments for Back Down Benny?
Fun fact. Bruno Mars actually wrote this song with Adele.
Oh, really?
So, okay, this is your lesson for the day. Anyway,
I learned a lot of lessons today. Do tell.
I think he was very smart because he changed it so that it will fit his range. So it's not the Adele version, it's not the Bruno Mars version. The Bruno Mars version, I think, is referring to the Live Lounge BBC Radio 1 version. So I think he's very, very smart in the way he navigates, and he knows where his strengths are. Yeah, only that transition, that key change, the beginning I think a little bit, but other than that, he navigated it in a very smart manner.
Yeah, I like that word, navigation.
Did he play? Was he playing the piano? No.
No.
Yeah. And I don't know whether it's the original key or not. Yeah. So he may have adjusted it to fit his range. Yes, I think it's
Yes, it does fit his vocal range.
yeah.
He's able to handle the notes well, and he doesn't push the high notes because a couple of parts when he did, right, he went up high. It was not
Very high.
not quite on the money, but he was smart enough not to attempt very high notes.
He
kept
quickly
it-
come back down again.
Yes,
He didn't try to sustain
within
it. Yeah.
within the notes that he can handle, he stayed within the safe zone. But one of the parts when there was a little bit of crooning, I thought it was quite sweet because it's sentimental.
You feel serenaded.
It was just pleasant to listen to. Some people go into those areas and it's so strident and uncomfortable. But this was just within the comfortable range, and it was nice. It wasn't loud. It brought everything down, so you can see the up down. The modulation, that was quite nice. I didn't think of all the other people. He's the one who handled modulation well.
Yeah, I think he had like good control over his voice. And I agree with you, it was like very pleasant to listen to. I was like smiling. I'm not serenaded by him though. I'm just saying. But yeah, I think he at the start I think he really exemplifies what he wants to, like what he thought singing was. He said that singing brings out emotions, right? And I think that through his singing I really could feel his emotions. Yeah, I think it was a really good piece in the performance for me.
So I guess we are all fangirls here.
Including you, Mr.
My
Han.
follow also.
Yeah, I just want to add that I thought that I agree with the panel. Very, very good choice of song. And he Adele has a very unique voice quality, and Bruno Mars has also a very different voice quality, and yet he made the song his own.
Yes.
Yeah, by sounding neither like them, he made he brought his own unique quality to it lah. Which I thought, if he comes out with a CD, I will buy. That's how much potential I think he has.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I'm sure Miss Vaz will buy as well.
Yeah. Then I'll just borrow from her and
Okay.
convert to
But
an
it's more than that,
MP3.
it's the phrasing. He changed the phrasing of some of it, so to make sure that he can reach it. So I think The biggest compliment I can give is not painful for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you, judges. Moving on, our sixth contestant would be Remy, or better known as the mouse from Ratatouille. She will be presenting to you Irreplaceable by Madeline Page. Remy has shared with us that she chose this song because it showcases the pain that one undergoes when one is trying to fit in. It also highlights the need of not caring about what others think of you because we're all unique. She also remixed the backing track herself to a more EDM version to make it more upbeat.
Ratatouille has always been one of my favorites leh. I'm so excited to hear what she's about to bring us.
Let's give it up for Remy.
Can you see me over here? Should I just disappear? I try to fit in next to you. Guess I wasn't clear. Maybe I'm just not good enough. Feel so alone here. Can't even be myself. Trying to fit in. That's all I want on the shelf. Do I belong here? Or should I just stop trying to be some other girl? When I find I'm all alone, gotta tell myself I'm irreplaceable. Bending backwards, trying to be someone else. I tell myself I'm irreplaceable. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Somehow I find a way. It's never easy. Why is it so hard? All I've ever wanted is to be like them. I won't understand why I am who I am. When I fight, I'm all alone. Gotta tell myself I'm irreplaceable. Bending backwards, trying to be someone else. Tell myself I'm irreplaceable. Whoa, whoa, I gotta keep my head up, be the girl I'm meant to be. I may not be like them, but that's okay. I can only be me. When I fight, I'm all alone. Gotta tell myself I'm irreplaceable. Bending backwards, trying to be someone else. Tell myself I'm irreplaceable. Whoa, 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 irreplaceable.
Turns out that not only can Remy cook well, but is also experienced at singing. What a unique rendition of Irreplaceable. Let's take a look at what the judges have to say about Remy's performance.
Very commendable mixing of the rearrangement. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the beat. She sang differently, right? When I think she started to I just feel a bit more anchored to the song after the thing.
Good control. I'm thinking this is a trained voice. Because of the amount of control that all those runs needed, right? There's quite a bit of it. The highest notes that she hit were a little bit shaky, but I think that's because they are very difficult to handle. Yeah?
And I don't know whether she's trying to do like something stylistic because it felt
Probably.
a bit like a yodel but not quite there yet. So I don't know whether she's developing a style, I'm not sure.
It could be something new that she's trying out because it did feel a little bit forced. But you see the range that she picked, she can still handle. So song choice, I think she can handle it. I think she can handle quite a few different kinds of thrills like that. But the other thing is, the phrasing could have been better. Yeah. But this is, I think, a quite difficult song to sing for anybody. But this person, I don't think is new at this. Probably been doing it for quite some time.
I think it was stable, most of the song, but I think that like the whole entire song was really high throughout, and actually when she mixed it up, right, I think that for me I couldn't really hear a variation, so I think it was always really high. I would have preferred if there was like variation in the melody than previous few contestants.
Yeah, but this person is a soprano. When you are in those higher ranges, right, it's very difficult to come down, because if she were to change the notes to lower notes, I don't think her voice will be able to handle it. I mean, it'll become very...
So it's a choice lah.
It's a choice because that's the range that I think she's most comfortable with, the higher ranges. Yeah. That's the reason why she maintained that particular range. First start was a little shaky, but I think then after that she got into the run of it. So
I'm quite excited to hear her in the future. I foresee her as someone who will, if she continues to have interest in this, she can go quite far because she's quite original. She does her own mixing. And I think if she can take that mixing one step further, she can even adjust the song to suit her range. Yeah. So I think that all the comments that you all give can be addressed. That's why I say I'm excited, because I think she has that potential.
That will require experience and more, I think,
doing
more
Kind
exposure
of,
and doing this, I think, on a regular basis, then she will get those skills.
Yeah, I think it's also because she's trying to do something different.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean her song choice also tells you, and the fact that she wants to make it a little different. That
she is ambitious.
Yeah, and it's a different kind of ambition. That kind of thing. It's the originality type.
Yeah.
So as a pure singing competition, maybe she's not quite there yet. But I think if hopefully we can go back to normal, and I really would love to see what she can do on stage. With the full range of whatever tools that she has.
It's a pity that it's just static kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think if she is not a year 6 student, I think if she is someone younger, right? I mean, I have a feeling her growth can be exponential. I think if she,
a lot of potential.
and we've seen in the past. You remember some of the students who keep coming back every year.
Yes,
and
correct.
See that
They get
growth,
better.
right?
Yeah, they get better.
Yeah.
So she's got all the potential to get much better
Yeah.
if she does this often enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's very consistent.
All right.
Thank you, judges. I sure am not disappointed. All of these performances are making me not want this night to end.
In the blink of an eye, we are already at our 7th contestant of the night. Coming to you all the way from Bikini Bottom is none other than Squidward.
She will be singing Zenny by Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish is her all-time favorite singer, and Squidward sees her as a very inspiring and relatable person. Squidward chose this song as it is one of her favorites from Billie Eilish. Presenting to you, Squidward.
What is it about them? I must be missing something. They just keep doing nothing. Too intoxicated to be scared. Better off without them. They're nothing but unstable. Bring ashtrays to the table. And that's about the only thing they share. I'm in the second-hand smoke, still just drinking cold. I don't need as any to feel better. Undesignated drives home. Only one who's not stoned. Don't give me as any, now or ever. Waking up at sundown. They're late to every party. Nobody's ever sorry. Too inebriated now to dance. Morning as they come hits are hurting. They're awfully bad at learning. Make the same mistakes, blame circumstance. I'm in the second-hand smoke, still just drinking canned coke. I don't need as any to feel better. Designated drives home, only one who's not stoned. Don't give me a Zanny now or ever. Please don't try to kiss me on the sidewalk, on your cigarette break. I can't afford to love someone who is a darling by mistake. It's Silver Lake. What is it about them? I must be missing something. They just keep doing nothing. Too intoxicated to be scared.
That was incredible. Let's hand over the time to the judges to see what they have to say.
That's a rather lovely voice, huh?
Yeah, so it's
Yep.
sweet.
Very sweet, yeah. That was the word.
Sweet.
Just a pity the piano is very loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the music was a little too intrusive.
Yeah. But the voice quality is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lovely voice.
Yeah, we should have gone full. What's the word?
What? Acapella?
Acapella without music.
Mm.
Yeah, I think she could have carried off just
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
singing
think her
along.
control is very good.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very difficult to attempt a rather stylistic song like that. And she manages to do it quite well.
I think if you sing like quieter, it's harder, right?
It's harder. It's
Yeah.
much harder to
Then
sing
for you
like
to
that.
belt it out
Yeah.
and just shout it out.
Because
You need to control.
the flaws will come out more easily. So very can spend all day listening to her voice. Not bad. Good attempt. And I know Billie Eilish. Yes.
Well done.
No.
Yes.
Yes, well done.
I sound a bit like Billie Eilish.
But she's a rather stylistic singer, right?
Yeah.
This
she-
person.
So that was my only thing, like, why mimic the
correct.
original lah. That was my
Yes.
only thing, but
Yes.
I get what she's, maybe because, you know, she's a favourite singer, then, you know, you want to attempt her song, you know. So moving forward,
It could also be
Yeah.
that she needs a little bit more experience enough to
Yeah.
change things up a bit. But if that's the way she wanted to present it, then I think we should respect that.
yeah.
And she nailed it also, so I think that's kudos to that.
So maybe our challenge to her could be like if she can choose someone else's song and sing it in this kind of style, not in a Billie Eilish song, you know. Yeah, so that could be another for her to keep growing and not just do
And create her own style.
yeah.
Yeah, she can make it all her own. Yeah. Because the voice is very, very pleasant to listen to.
I was so immersed in the music, I almost forgot I had to come back to be the MC.
I couldn't agree more. Her voice is so soothing and calm, it just makes me want to...
Oh, I wake up lah. We still have one last contestant.
Oh, right. Last but not least, for our very last contestant of the night, we have Black Cat. She will be doing a rendition of Ballad of Mona Lisa by Panic at the Disco. She said that she chose this song as the excitement of the pre-chorus and the thrill of the chorus is incredible. She also said that Brendan Urie, the main singer from Panic at the Disco, is a huge inspiration to her, and his vocal talents push her to improve her singing. Let's give it up one last time for Black Cat.
She paints her finger focus with a close precision. He starts to notice empty bottles of gin and takes a moment to assess the sin she's paid for. A lonely speaker in a conversation, her words are swimming through his ears again. There's nothing wrong with just a taste of what you paid for. Say what you mean, tell me I'm right, and let the sun rain down on me. Give me a sign, I wanna believe. Oh, Mona Lisa, you're guaranteed to run this town. Oh, Mona Lisa, I'd pay to see you frown. He senses something called a desperation. Another dollar, another day. And if she had the proper words to say, she would tell him, but she'd have nothing left to sell him. Say what you mean, tell me I'm right, and let the sun rain down on me. Give me a sign, I wanna believe. Oh, Mona Lisa, you're guaranteed to run this town. Oh, Mona Lisa, I'd pay to see you frown. Mona Lisa, wear me out. Say what you mean, tell me I'm right, and let the sun rain down on me. Give me a sign, I wanna believe. Oh, Mona Lisa, you're guaranteed to run this town. Oh, Mona Lisa, I'd pay to see you frown. Say what you mean, tell me I'm right, and let the sun rain down on me. Give me a sign, I wanna believe. There's nothing wrong with just a taste of what you paid for.
And with that, we have come to the end of the performances. Black Cat sure ended it off with a bang. Judges, do you have any comments?
Victoria, wanna start the ball rolling?
Yeah, sure. I think I appreciated the dynamics and also like the different genre of songs as compared to the other contestants. Yeah, I think that she was clear also. But I think my only concern, I guess, would be maybe the energy didn't match the song. Like I was expecting her to like sing with more emotions and be more expressive.
They need to be punchy.
Yeah, that's right.
And,
the punch.
yeah, and I guess without a full band, without the full whatever, it's so difficult to like get into it and things like that. Right, and
she doesn't have an audience, you see.
yeah,
A singer like that will feed off the audience. You see those big rock bands, right?
Yeah.
They need the energy from the audience, and singing it in a room, it just changes the whole thing. I think she tried a lot. She tried.
but no, her voice is very pleasant. I actually quite like her voice. Yeah.
So I don't know whether she was trying to sing a rock song in a not so rock way, or is it because it's her natural voice?
No,
If
it
this is her
could be
natural,
she's scared. She's scared of doing it, you know. Because sometimes because you're not used to it, right? So you are very afraid of just letting go, letting loose.
Yeah,
Okay.
she
And I
should
think
like
that's the
loose.
problem.
Or is
yeah.
it because like she's at home and she's trying not to disturb
Yes.
people? and she
Possible,
doesn't want to be
possible,
too loud.
possible.
yeah, because if it was the fact that she was afraid, right, then you will hear her voice, tremble. But in fact,
She's
actually, when she became
She's
more
a-
confident as the
yeah.
music go along.
No, she
Yeah.
she I think she felt that she had to be loud in this one. So it was a forced kind of thing. But even at the same time as she's forcing it out, she's holding it back. So that was the feeling that I got when I listened to it.
Yeah,
Once
it's
again,
not full. It's not
Yeah.
full.
It's not full. Yeah, because I think either she cannot or she's afraid to. It might have been better with an audience in an open
Like
place.
if you're at a live show, if
Then
you were
she
live,
can
right?
just let it go.
Yeah.
Correct, because it will not sound so terrible if it's an auditorium. Because you got a big enough space to let go.
She can go all out now.
Yeah, she can.
Yeah. If actually, I would recommend that she sings more of like a Celine Dion kind of ballad. You know, where she can
Let
belt,
go.
belt
Your
it up.
references.
No, not Celine Dion. Her voice is better than that. Not so screechy.
Fine. Y'all can change it to whichever singer that sings pop songs right now.
Yeah, like Celine Dion, like for them is a pioneer
She's
generation.
a grandma.
is it?
Oi.
Grandma's ring.
CDs okay, not LPs and
You know?
yeah, but nonetheless still a good attempt lah. Okay, so Kat has 9 lives, so we'll see her again.
Yeah. Would she ever get an audience where she can belt this thing out?
Yes.
I think that would be a more accurate thing for us to judge, you know?
Actually, right, if I really want to challenge her, I don't know how old she is, but if she go on to like university and whatever it is, go find people a band that can back
Yes.
her. Go for gigs, go and jam it out and rock it out. Because if that's what she really likes, right, just go for it. Because she can do it, and I think she wants to do it. You can sense that she like wants to perform, wants to dance, wants to that sort of thing.
She
So
needs
just-
an arena, lah.
Yeah. So go and
Alright.
see if you can find people to back you. Yeah.
Thank you, judges. I definitely agree that she has much more potential to be uncovered. After hearing the beautiful voices of our 8 contestants, it's finally time for the voting process. Hey, Xingyan, how do we vote for our favourite contestant again?
To vote, do scan the QR code over here or click the link in the description box below to access the online voting form. Each person is only allowed 1 vote, so don't cheat. Judges, please scan the QR code on the scoring rubrics instead.
The form will close in 5 minutes, so that leaves us just a few minutes to vote. Hurry everyone and vote for your favourites. Vote wisely.
And the voting form closes now. Results will be up very soon.
While we tabulate your votes, it's time for the identity reveal for our fellow contestants today.
Oh my god, I can't wait.
Enjoy!
Getting closer to knowing where I belong. The city's gonna break your heart. She's always gonna break my heart. Oh.
Sometimes it's hard to follow your heart, but tears on me are losing, everybody's bruising. Just be true to who you are.
Now today, please, it's a nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled a rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you love. Makes me that much stronger, makes me work a little bit harder, makes me that much smarter. Thanks for making me a fighter, made me run a little bit faster, made my skin a little bit thicker, makes me that much smarter. Thanks for making me a fighter.
I don't need your honesty. It's already in your eyes. I'm sure my eyes speak for me. No one knows me like you do. And since you're the only one that matters, then tell me who you are too.
Can you see me over here? Should I just disappear? I try to fit in next to you. Guess I wasn't clear, or maybe I'm just not good enough. Their pretty heads are hurting. They're awfully bad at learning. Make the same mistakes, blame circumstance. Say what you mean, tell me I'm right, and let the sun rain down on me. Give me a sign, I wanna believe.
Our finale night is finally coming to an end. I can't believe it's over. I'm so impressed by all their performances, and I want to hear more!
But sadly, all good things must come to an end, and there can only be one winner. We have collected many votes from all of you here watching from behind the screen, and the judges have finalized their decisions.
Before we reveal the results, on behalf of the Center Stage Planning Committee 2021, we would like to thank our principal, vice principals, teachers, judges, fellow friends, and of course, you, the audience members watching behind the screen, for supporting us throughout this journey and being so enthusiastic about Center Stage.
We would also like to extend our gratitude to all the other contestants who have given it their best shot and put in the time and dedication to take part in this competition. And while there can only be one winner, each and every of your videos have been wonderful, and your voices have definitely struck a chord with many of the audience members.
It has been a pleasure to be part of this event, and it has been heartwarming to see everyone's active participation and to hear these beautiful voices of our very own Dunmanians. We hope that this event has left a lasting impression on you, and that you will continue to support Dunman High Choir as well as subsequent years of Center Stage, where hopefully by then, you will be able to join us live, in person, for even more fun and exciting experience.
So Jasper, who do you think will be the winner of Center Stage?
I don't know, Xia. I want all of them to win. I have a few favorites, of course, but I'm not going to tell you.
That's so mysterious. Anyways, We will be revealing the results of tonight's finale competition on our Instagram at DHS Center Stage. Do tune in to our Instagram live stream right after this finale to see who the winners are for Center Stage 2021.
We hope that everyone watching has thoroughly enjoyed tonight's program. Thank you.